Good morning, everyone. I'm starting my vlog on my colonoscopy, and it's starting right now, which is Monday morning, because I've literally just woken up. Hence the state of me. I do apologise. I woke up to my phone ringing, and it was the hospital, and they want to explain to me about the whole procedure and what I need to do beforehand, this, that, and the other. So I'm having it tomorrow at 1:45. Today I've got to go and collect my medicine to take, and then I've got to stop eating at 3 o'clock this afternoon and start taking my medicine. So I'm going to be really, really grouchy 3 o'clock onwards, really grouchy. So my throat's dry, I've not had a drink. She explained everything to me. I'm really nervous about it. I feel sick. I'm trying to think about it. My sides are hurting again, but nowhere near as bad as yesterday and the day before. But I'm absolutely dreading it. Like, try not to think about it. I'm really, really, really dreading it. I'm dreading it because of the whole procedure, and I'm dreading it because I can't have anyone with me for obvious reasons at the moment. And I remember how I felt when I had my laparoscopy and I didn't have anyone with me then. I'm dreading it because I am having sedation and I don't want to be sick again like I was, and I'm dreading the results. I'm just dreading everything. I'm trying so hard not to think about it. But anyway, I'm gonna make a coffee and try and wake myself up and just be a bit more with it. But yeah, going down the hospital today to go and pick up my meds, and I will show you what's in the pack. Rainbow. Just coming to pick up my pack.
85.
Yes.
Okay. So what's your surname again?
Randone. R-A-N.
W.
Oh yes. My belly is grumbling like crazy. I've just done dinner for the family, and now I'm going to take this stuff. So this is the form. So this is the first dose. That's the second one. So you get 2 sachets in that one. Tonight I've got one. So 6 PM and 6 AM. So I'm going to make this one up now. Ugh. Are they having a laugh? It's 500 ml of water I've got to drink in half an hour. Oh God. Bottoms out. Super sweet and sour. Oh God. Oh, it's disgusting. This is absolutely rancid, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's quite salty, like really sweet, salty, bitter, sour, just grim. But I was told that I have to drink every single bit of it, even the last powdery bit. I just said I'd add a bit more water to it because she said it's essential that you get every bit of it in there. I'm dreading tomorrow when I have to do two doses in one. Ugh. It's really not nice, but it has to be done. So I'm just going to drink it like pretending I'm not drinking it, if that makes sense. Yeah. 6 o'clock in the morning and I'm drinking batch 2. I've had no proper sleep. I've been on the toilet all night, in pain. I've never felt so miserable, drained and emotional and tired and hungry in my life. I took the first drink at 6 o'clock yesterday, and it took me an hour to drink it, and it's meant to be half an hour. the last half an hour I stayed by the toilet because every sip was making me feel like I was going to bring it back up because it was so disgusting. I felt so sick. And then my stomach swelled rock hard. I had literally rock hard lumps all over it. It was like something out of Alien. And extreme pain, a lot of discomfort and pain, like a really bad blocked gas type pain. And it took about an hour after that to finally go to the toilet. It's about 8 o'clock at night and I literally haven't stopped. It's the next day, I have not stopped. I'm so sore, I'm so tired. I feel like I've got an arse like a blood orange, which is really disgusting, but it's so true. And this one tastes like, you know those sherbet packets you can get? You get orange in one side, you get cherry in the other, and then you get your stick and you can dunk them in. It tastes like that mixed together. It smells like it as well. So disgusting. So disgusting. This is the worst thing I've ever put my body through. It's these 2 drinks. Trying so hard not to be sick. Never again. Never ever again. I'm actually at the end of the whole procedure and it's the next day, but I need to add in here because I don't think I did put that in, is when you have that drink, as you're drinking it, it bloats you out. So your belly starts to bloat and it goes hard and it has lumps all over it and you just hear literally constantly over your belly and you can feel it. So as you're drinking this drink, this is partly why it makes you feel so sick, is, and I'm not just saying this because even the nurses have said it, she said the majority of people can't get this drink down. So bear it in mind if you're struggling. And also bear in mind, I only drank 1.5. I was meant to drink 2. I drank 1.5 and it's perfectly fine. And a few of my friends have said they only drank 1 and they still went through. Anyway, not that I'm saying that's what you should do, but I'm just peace of mind if you can't drink the last bit. Yeah, so your belly goes hard and it starts to hurt, like really painful gas, and all you want to do is relieve it, but you can't because it's all high up. You have to wait for it to all go down, but you have to keep drinking the drink because you've got to drink it within half an hour and then half an hour afterwards of water. But then you can't get the water down because you're so bloated from the drink that if you drink any more, it makes you feel like you're going to be sick. Sounds horrendous. It is absolutely horrendous. And I had to wait 7, 8. I think it was a couple of hours. I was waiting a couple of hours before I went to the toilet, and it just wouldn't come. I was like, I can't believe this. I'm in such pain. I need to go to the toilet, but nothing was coming. And then it just did all night like a floodgates. So yeah, bear in mind when you drink a drink, you are going to bloat out. You're going to have rock hard lumps, and you're going to have a lot of blah, 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 blah going on, and that goes on all night long. And you do get to a point where when you feel the urge to break wind, you don't know if it's going to be breaking wind or something else. So every time you feel like you need to break wind, you have to make sure you're at the toilet because you never know, it could be one or the other. Just putting that out there. It's now 10:30. I've kind of slept, but my God, the sickness seems to have gone. Hopefully when I get up it's not so bad. This is so sweet. Look at him, little people. I need to go and have a shower. I'm so hungry. Like, all I can think about is a nice soft bread, white bread, ham sandwich or something. Just, soft. Absolute torture. I am not joking when I say that my backside is sore. This is what they don't tell you. They don't tell you any of this. I'm so sore I can't even sit. I'm literally having to sort of go sideways. Yeah. I'll have to have a shower and get ready. Got to shower and get ready. Yes. The morning loving. Alright, well I'm here. Just going down the lift. I'm so hungry. The only thing that's getting me through this and egging me to go on is the fact I know there's going to be some toast at the end of it. I'm so hungry. Nervous though, really nervous. This is where I had my laparoscopy as well in this hospital. It was like memories. I'm good to go.
You're doing that. I think, yeah, this one.
Only for that one.
Hmm?
It's the next day. I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning when my side's in absolute agony again. Which is really peeing me off because I need to tell you about what happened before I can talk about that. So I'm going to wake up. Well, try and wake myself up. Get up. Oh, I'm so sore. So sore. Quickly make a coffee. I'm going to tell you everything that happened yesterday. Okay, I'm a little more awake. Excuse this. Oh, anyway, look. See what I mean about growing? Growing like a weed. Anyway, I'm going to start from where I left you, which was when I was all prepped in my fancy mesh shorts with a little flap at the back. I then waited in a little room for about 10 minutes and I was on the table probably about 45 minutes after actually arriving at the hospital, so it was really, really quick. I had the cannula put in, which was extremely painful because it felt like she really pushed it in and she kept pushing it even harder. And it felt like it was slightly sideways and it was scratching the side of my vein. Anyway, it really hurt, and it hurt every time I got touched or the tape or they tried to put in medicine. It was horrible. But I thought, I'm not saying anything because I don't want to sound like a wuss, but I've had cannulas before and that's never happened. Anyway, but she was absolutely lovely. She cracked me up. She was so funny. I got in there and they took my gown off because I still had a t-shirt on. Yeah, I know I need to shower and that was grim, but literally I've only just woken up. I got on the table. I had pain relief put through here, and then I had sedation put through as well. They put this little plastic thing on my nose for oxygen, and I was asked to roll over onto my side. There was about 4 people in the room for the whole time. I had a lovely woman next to me. She was so funny. And I remember saying when I was out of it, when, just starting to get out of it, I said to him, because I was awake for the whole thing, it's only a sedation, you're not completely knocked out. And I said, I might fart. I'm really sorry if I do. And she was like, no, we want you to fart. You've got to fart. It's all farts in here. And it was just so funny. It was a really nice team that were doing it. But the whole, like, when it went through, when they put it in, I actually thought it was going to be some thin tube. It was literally, it was bigger than my thumb, and it's black, and it goes, oh, it was, no. You have a screen either side of you, so when you're laying down, you have this big screen there, and then if you used to roll over, you've got another one there, which you do roll over. And I was watching it. It was really fascinating because you can see everything in there, and really, really bizarre. So everything was going fine. They were going up in the colon, and it was all fine. And then I started feeling this horrendous, and I mean, if anyone's watching this giving birth, the bit when your baby's head starts to actually descend down, and you get that burning, pressuring, pushing feeling. That's what it felt like, but it was right here, like rib cage, and it was here. And I just screamed. I was literally lifting off that bed. And they said if I tell them to stop, they have to stop, and they can't go back because they can't keep going in and out. So I just remember screaming and telling them to wait. I kept saying wait because I didn't want to say stop because I didn't want it to be over, but I just wanted to, it was confusing. So she asked me if I wanted the gas in air, and I said yes. I was like, yes. I was crying. And the endoscopist was like, if you look at your belly, you can see the light, and you can actually see, so let's say this is my belly, you can actually see the camera going up. I know you can see where it is because the light comes through the skin. It was weird. It was like something out of Alien. And yeah, they gave me gas and air, and I've never sucked on gas and air quite like I do on that. I'm telling you, it was unbelievably painful. Like I remember the 5 times I've given birth and I've had gas and air, and I've just been sort of on it, and you know, going through the motions of the pain and the screaming and all that, or moaning, whatever you want to call it. But with this, I was literally like, because of the pain, it was absolutely unbelievable. It was horrible. I mean, the skin as well, where your belly's like that, where the camera was going around, it was pushing the skin up and it was rolling around. It's a horror movie. It was a horror movie. And then the nurse had to help. She had to press on my belly as he was going around to help try and get it to go over, because it wouldn't go over. And it was that painful as it was going through until the other side, and then I could relax. And they had a look around that side, everything was fine, and then they went back out, and it was really painful again. So I was proper, oh my god, I was on that gas in there so much that my whole body felt like I had pins and needles, and I was floating around the room, but I could still feel it. So I remember at one point I said, have I pooed myself? And they were like, no, it's fine. But what it is it's really, there's parts of your bowel that you get to see, well, you get to see all of it, but there's parts in there that are just absolutely fascinating. One bit looks like you're going into some sort of like honeycomb bee's nest thing, whatever you want to call it. It's all like golden looking with these bubbles. It's just so weird. And then and I remember the woman next to me, she was saying, oh, this is the good bit. She was tapping me going, you're going to like this. And I was like, I'm not liking any of this right now. But it was amazing to see. But I do believe that they suck because they move if there's anything in the way, like any watery, because there's nothing left in you after you've had those drinks, I'm telling you. He goes, oh, I'll just get that out of the way. And he's pushing it out of the way, and then it will get sucked out into like a drainage thing. You see that as well. It's pretty grim. You do get pumped with air. You can feel like this air sensation as they like that, and it makes you feel like you've got really bad, like trapped wind, which I could feel, but didn't really hurt. And then, yeah, they took 8 samples. So I've got my letter here. I'm going to read because I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to read because it's so early in the morning. Kids are still asleep, and I don't have my glasses. Okay, so findings. Oh, these words are really grim. The anus was normal. Colon. The colon was normal to the point of insertion. TI. The terminal ileum was normal. Don't know a lot of this. Complications. There were no complications during the procedure, apart from it not going over the top, and it was extremely painful. Yeah. It says here what we've taken. Pot 1, forceps biopsy from the terminal ileum. 2 biopsies taken. Pot 2, forceps biopsy from the ascending colon. 2 biopsies taken. And the transverse colon, 2 biopsies taken, and the sigmoid colon, 2 biopsies. So they took 8 biopsies in total. Aftercare is to refer to my doctor because I've got to find out the results. But they did say my gastro doctor, I don't know what they're called, said that the plan would be to do an MRI afterwards and find out, because I'm still getting the pain. What happened this morning? I woke up this morning, the exact same pain, extremely painful, and it's driving me up the wall. I'm not joking when I say it's the worst natural pain I've had. Like, obviously that was worse. That camera going over was beyond. Like, it was exactly the same as labour, but up rather than down. That was exactly the same. The pain, sensation, everything is exactly the same. But as of a natural thing that you just feel now and again, that is the worst pain that I've ever had. Like, waking up every morning, I woke up with it again this morning. I feel really deflated right now. Like, I feel like I'm never going to get answers to this, but I literally can't keep living with this pain because it is getting worse. But in less than a year now, I've had 2 procedures. So I've had the laparoscopy and I've had the colonoscopy. Colonoscopy, I'm never on again. I'm never having that again. And that probably sounds really like, for goodness sake, pull yourself together. That drink procedure, I actually felt like I was going to die because I don't cope well without food. I struggle I can't gain weight. I'm naturally slim, so I can't gain weight. Therefore, if I don't eat, like say 2 hours and I haven't eaten, I start to get shaky and I feel really dizzy and I have to eat something. I went, in the end, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 hours with no food by the time I was able to eat when I was home. And I've never felt so rough. And having to sit there by the toilet with that drink and take sips of it, and every sip was trying to come back up, but you couldn't let it come back up because if it came up then the procedure was cancelled. To then have in your head that just to stop drinking that drink and have a bit of bread or a biscuit is going to make this sickness go away. And it was really bad sickness. Like, it was a really unusual sickness. It was not pleasant, but you just had to keep drinking, and you have like this full glass full of it, and you've got to keep going, and then do it again the very next day and still have no food in your belly. Was awful. And then having to spend from 9 o'clock in the evening until up to my procedure, I was on the toilet. If I took a sip of water, I went to the toilet, and the pain back there is shocking. So I think, based on the experience that I had, if they turned around and said we need to do another colonoscopy, I would have to be desperate, literally climbing the walls desperate, because that felt like it was the end of my life. That was horrendous. I know I probably sound really dramatic, but that really was. I've been through awful things in my life, but that's probably the worst one. I mean, it's different for everyone. It is different for everyone, because not everyone feels like this. I've watched a few videos where people have said it wasn't too bad, and then I've watched videos of people that said it was really, really bad, but they didn't go into detail. And I think you need to go into detail, because I didn't know any of this was coming. I would like to have been prepared. But anyway, there we go. So that is that. I'm still waiting for answers. God knows what's going to be thrown at me next. I'm sitting here now in pain. I can feel the pain. I literally put my thumb on it at the back, and I can put my middle finger on it at the front. So why can't they just find it? Why can't they just be like, okay, it's there and there? I just don't understand it. I really don't. I'm hoping that an MRI will show some light, or maybe even these samples might, but they said it all looks good, which I'm grateful for, really grateful for, because I was worried about cancer and things like that, obviously. But that's all good. So, yay, happy about that. But really, really smacked me in the face this morning when I woke up, and it's like, boom, here we are again. So yeah, bear in mind that everyone is absolutely different. Like, no one's going to experience the same things. Some people will go in there and it'll be a breeze. I mean, I was chatting to an old man who was in the waiting room with me when I came out waiting to be picked up, and he said, "It's no joy, is it?" And I looked at him, bless him, he must have been early 80s. And I said, no. I said, have you just had it done as well? And he went, yeah. And I was looking at him thinking, he just looks so chilled. And then he turned around and said, it's a pain I never want to experience again. And I was like, oh, you dear soul. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Today I feel better, and I'm so grateful to be able to eat again, but I do feel kind of wobbly, and I'm hoping I'm making sense, but I need to film this, get it out, not get it out, but I need to get it out of me, because I am working the next 3 days after today. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all again in my next one. I'm going to go and have a cleanse up and keep no makeup on today, I think. Trying to improve my skin. Anyway, if you've got any questions, leave them down below. Please don't start leaving negative stuff, because I do get it, and it ends up in, unless I accept it, it won't go up. But it's just horrible. People go through horrible things at the moment. We don't need negativity as well. And like I said, everyone deals with things differently, and everyone reacts differently. Some people can tolerate pain, some people can't. I mean, I've tolerated a lot of pain in my life, but unless you actually experience what someone else has experienced, you can't judge. Because I could go and have it again, say next month, and it might be perfectly fine. It's just that time there was problems with trying to get it over. Well, I'm gonna go because I'm still really woozy. Bye.